Okay then, Richard, take a look at these swings now. The left-hand one, kind of your before swing at the start of the session there. As we know, you tend to have that kind of high, floaty, slicey sort of shot, losing a lot of yardage with your impact positions that you're creating. And as we discussed in the session, your way of trying to kind of increase the distance there is just spin your body as fast as humanly possible, okay? Now, I think your body needs to start using the ground to create some energy, and then the arms can swish through with the speed that they're able to produce. As we said, if you try and spin your hips as fast as you can with a stick kind of attached to your right hip there, you're not going to get a lot of speed. However, with the arms swinging as fast as they can, you can generate quite a lot of swish there. So this is your backswing before. A little bit over the top and a bit cupped, as we said. So your club face now with the hack motion we're using, there's a little bit kind of open. As you come back to the golf ball now, everything now is spinning. There's no real pressure or movement from this hip towards the target. It just rotates and spins out of the way as fast as possible. You can see this is before impact has actually been made, and your chest is kind of facing almost towards target, okay? Then after the shot's been hit now, the next frame, I would say at this point now, Richard, your shoulders are pretty much 90 degrees to where they started. So you just unwound your body so fast that the poor club can't catch up, and all you can end up doing is hitting off the back foot, as we'll see, the left foot leaving the ground, and that's what gives you that sort of jumpier set effect with the foot. And then as you finish the swing now afterwards, your weight can shift from back here and move to effectively all the way there where it finishes. There's a lot of movement after the shot, but unfortunately by the which time the ball's been hit, it's not going to improve that contact. So the feeling, as we said, when you get to the top of the backswing, keeping that left wrist a little bit flatter so the grip's going to stay a little bit, the club, not the grip, the club's going to stay a lot stronger. Once you get to the top of the backswing here now, your back now is facing the target. We need a sensation that we're going to keep that back there as the pressure now starts moving down into this foot. If we just spin and unwind, we end up pivoting off the back foot, hitting the ball very high. You've got to feel a distinct kind of shift there as much as you can. Even then we try to move the body to the left and keep the back to target, you can still see the desire and the want to try and spin out of as much as you can. Now, this was after about sort of half an hour or so of doing that. That's your impact, or just before impact there now. I'd say your chest now is probably, I get these lines out of the way, probably aiming just left of the golf ball. So in terms of these two images here now, if we look at that one there where it's just before impact here, you can see how much more your body is kind of unwound on the left-hand one. We've still got to work on that shifting. Now, the shifting is going to be very difficult for you to want to do if the club face is open. Part of the reason why you do spin your body left and hang back on it is just your way of squaring the club face up. But as we said, it's a very weak version of that. Adds a lot of loft. Even an 8-degree driver, we're getting 15, 16, 17 degrees of launch just because you're getting so much up on the golf ball. It's adding loft. So we've got to get yourself into this top of the backswing position and then feel pressure going this way, and down into the ground. Get that weight going forward before your body starts unwinding. You are going to unwind your body no matter what, but you've got to start using the ground, pushing down while the arms swing through fast, not just trying to spin off your back foot to effectively, like I say, hit the ball somewhere left of target. So work on that transition, okay? Practice at the top here now. When you get into this position, just keep the back there. Feel the hips sliding as the arms kind of drop down to this pre-hit position, okay? So you'll find it quite tricky to start with. This is the practice you've got to be doing with your arms. At the same time now, we're going to be moving to the left side, putting some pressure onto that left foot. We can see at this impact, though, as I said, even though you've still hung back on it a little bit, the left foot is a little bit more on the ground. And when we finish the swing now, we're a little bit more kind of imbalanced and not so much sort of lateral sway after the shot. So just to summarise there, but it's like keeping that left wrist a little bit flatter in the swing to keep that club face stronger. So we don't need to start trying to spin left. If the club face gets stronger and we do spin left, the ball will just go hard left, and you'll start realising now that the swing feel is you can maintain your back to target for a little bit longer, push the weight and pressure down into this left foot to change that path from a shallower angle of attack and more from the inside, rather than leaning so far back and hitting up on the ball and sending it up into the gods there. So hope that makes sense, Richard. Any questions, obviously give me a shout and I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers, buddy.